reviews progress of central schemes in Ribhoy, discusses ways to boost Meghalaya's development. Government to rationalize teachers' pay structure from January, says Education Minister Lakshman Rimboy. VPP predicts NPP's downfall ahead of 2028 polls, asserts confidence in forming next government. Congress eyes revival ahead of GHDC polls. Over 67 applications filed for 29 seats, says working president. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits blast victims at LNJP Hospital, assures justice for those behind Delhi car blast. The news in detail with the local stories first. Union Minister of State for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution schemes in the aspirational district of Ribhoy and discussed ways. Union Minister of State for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution B.L. Verma today reviewed the progress of centrally sponsored schemes in the aspirational district of Ribhoy and discussed ways to boost Meghalaya's development. The minister said Prime Minister Modi remains deeply committed to the progress of the Northeast and praised Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma's governance. He reaffirmed the centre's resolve to work closely with the state government to transform Meghalaya into a developed state.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी भी लगातार नॉर्थ ईस्ट के दौरे करते हैं। उसी क्रम में आज मैं इस मेघालय के वही डिस्ट्रिक्ट में आया हूं और ये सौभाग्य की बात है, यहाँ का आकांक्षी जिला है, एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट है और एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट को हम कैसे विकास की और रफ्तार तेज दे सकते हैं, इसलिए यहाँ पर कल से आकर के चाहे हमारी जो फ्री राशन की दुकानें होती हैं पीडीएस स्मार्ट की, उन पर मेरा जाना हुआ है। हमारे वन स्टॉप सेंटर पर भी जाना हुआ है। हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर जो होते हैं उन पर भी जाना हुआ है। इस तरह से लगातार मेरे विजिट हुआ। तब अभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट की समीक्षा बैठक हमारी डीसी साहब की नेतृत्व में की है और हमारे एमएलए साहब भी यहाँ पर हैं, बहुत ही लोकप्रिय एमएलए हैं और सभी ऑफिसर्स के साथ एक एक विषय पर हमने चर्चा की है और कैसे हम मेघालय और कैसे आगे बढ़े और भारत सरकार की योजनाओं का लाभ कैसे इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट के और मेघालय के लोगों को मिले, इसकी चिंता पूरी हमने की है और मैं कह सकता हूं कि मेरे डीसी साहब के नेतृत्व में इस जिले में बहुत अच्छा काम चल रहा है।
Education Minister Lakshman Rimboy today announced that the government will rationalize the pay structure for different categories of teachers to ensure fairness and uniformity. The revised structure will be implemented in phases from January 1st next year. The minister thanked teachers for their patience and assured continued dialogue to address their concerns and strengthen the education system.
We hope that by 31st December we will be able to come up with the new structured granulate or structured salary as the case may be, which will be implemented by the 1st of April. And this structure, as of now, we didn't touch about the deficit teachers as of now. After that, as of now, afterwards, I cannot say, but first we have to come into the meeting point regarding the restructure or especially regarding the structured granulate or structured salary for those SSA and other and ad hoc and food teachers and so on and so forth.
As Meghalaya's political landscape gears up for a high-stakes realignment ahead of the 2028 Assembly elections, the Voice of the People's Party has intensified its attack on the ruling National People's Party, predicting its decline due to growing internal discord. VPP spokesperson Dr. Batskham Mirbo said the NPP's growth is driven by personal ambitions and warned it could lead to the party's collapse. He dismissed talk of the VPP losing momentum, asserting the party's stronghold in the Khasi Jaintia Hills and expressing confidence in forming the next government with support from regional MLAs.
See, the mood of the people is 2020-28 is for VPP. So we have no, no hesitation, and we have no doubt that people will repose faith on the VPP. NPP, you should remember that it is a political party full of people having their own respective individual desires. It is, you see, when we go to NPP, it's not so much about the service, but it is so much about power, so much about control of resources, so much about, enjoying the position. And therefore, in such a, political party, and especially when you have so many MLAs joining the party, definitely that the problem would have come out, and exactly what it happened. And when many MLAs they joined the NPP, I already foresaw the downfall of the party.
Amid concerns over alleged electoral malpractices, the Meghalaya Congress has urged the government to empower the Barshnongs to help verify voters and prevent infiltration. Congress Secretary Manuel Bardwar said this move would strengthen electoral integrity and align with the Congress's nationwide campaign against alleged vote chori. The party has intensified its signature drive under the All India Congress initiative, and 10,000 people in Meghalaya have already signed in support.
Is very critical. So even at the state level, we have obviously pledged, as ma'am is saying, it has come as a direction from AICC. We have done a pledge saying that we also will contribute to the voice that is against this vote chori. The power of the Darbar is still not recognized because under what is given to us, the rules and regulation, it is still saying that the Panchayati Raj, since we don't have a Panchayati Raj here, we had told him that we had to give more power to the Darbar. And this is not just being followed by the Congress, this is being followed by other political leaders also who were there in the meeting together with us. And we had given our suggestion, and we hope that the Election Commission of Meghalaya takes it forward. And he had pledged and promised us that he will definitely take it very seriously to give more power, so that at least we'll ensure that the infiltration and so on and so forth, and the voters who are not eligible to be voters should not just get through and be able to vote.
As political activity intensifies ahead of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council elections next year, the Meghalaya Congress is gearing up for a strong comeback. Working President Deborasi Marak revealed that the party has received over 67 applications for 29 seats, reflecting renewed enthusiasm among members to reclaim lost ground in the Garo Hills region. While Secretary Manuel Bardwar expressed confidence that public sentiment is shifting strongly in the party's favour.
Be hopeful that many others will join. But however, by saying that people will join the party does not necessarily mean that everybody will join or will allow everybody to join, right? We'll also have to filter out, depending on the kind of people who are joining, depending on whether they are opportunistic in nature or they just joining the party because they firmly believe. Like for instance, when Mr. Zinid Sarma joined, he joined out of goodwill, right? And he joined because he still has a love for the party.
And everybody, they are supporting, they are signing this vote chori, Gadi Chor signature campaign. Till now, I think, how many? 10,000 people they have already signed, they have supported. We have 29 seats, okay. I think out of 29, I think application we received 60 plus.
67.
67.
In a major boost to child health, Meghalaya today launched the National Newborn Week 2025 and the SARS Campaign 2025 to combat pneumonia and reduce infant mortality. Briefing the media, officials said the SARS campaign will focus on early detection and management of childhood pneumonia through training of frontline workers, awareness drives and ensuring essential medical supplies. The National Newborn Week observed from November 15 to 21st, themed Newborn Safety, Every Touch, Every Time, Every Baby, will emphasize safe deliveries, infection prevention and newborn care, reaffirming Meghalaya's commitment to protecting every child.
Programs related to child health. First is the National Newborn Week and second is the SARS campaign. As we know that pneumonia is a major killer disease amongst the children under 5 years old, and one child dies every 43 seconds due to pneumonia. So it's our effort and endeavor that through this program and campaign we want to create maximum community awareness and participation.
Social awareness and action to neutralize pneumonia successfully, which is starting from 12 November to 28 February 2026. The SARS campaign, it aims to accelerate action to reduce childhood pneumonia deaths, one of the leading causes of under 5 mortality. The campaign focuses on improving awareness, early identification and management of childhood pneumonia at the community and at the facility levels. And the key activities under SARS include the training of the healthcare workers and the frontline workers on pneumonia management, including the ASHAs, the Anganwadis and the CGHAs. The community level awareness drives through the VHNDs or the Village Health Nutrition Day and the outreach sessions. The ensuring uninterrupted availability of essential supplies such as pulse oximeters, oxygen and antibiotics at health facilities. Promoting care-seeking behavior among parents and caregivers. Strengthening the referral linkages for severe cases.
A day after being granted bail, 4 leaders of the Meghalaya Commercial Truck Owners and Drivers Association, including President Moslandar Marngar, Teibor Marngar, Thrangbor Lingdo and Heibor Pariat, were released from Shillong District Jail on Tuesday evening. Emotional scenes unfolded as family members and supporters welcomed them outside the jail. The leaders were arrested on November 5th under the MMPO Act and Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita on charges including assault, abduction and attempted murder. GHEDC employees have expressed gratitude to Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma after receiving 1 year's pending salaries, ending their long agitation over 44 months of dues. The employee, who had agitated for 44 months under the banner of the NGEA, resumed duty in October following negotiations. With the government's intervention, 1 year's pending salary has now been released. During a meeting with the Chief Minister last week, employees were assured that the remaining dues would also be cleared soon.
First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya for release a 1 year pending salary, and I would like to thank those who support us on our agitation, opposition NDCs, or Garo Hills NGOs, Nokmas, Civil Society, Mothers Union, our NGEA leaders who lead agitation, public of all over the Garo Hills.
We also meet Chief Minister Dr. C.K. Sangma on Friday at his residence to express our gratitude, and he was very welcoming, and also he added that the remaining pending salary will be released without any issue.
The Office of My Bharat, Nongstoin, today organized a March for Unity as part of the 150th birth anniversary celebration of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at Nongstoin. Addressing the event, Ramrai Jirngam MLA RG Momin lauded the initiative for fostering unity and national integration among the youth, urging students to focus on education and contribute to nation building. Organized under the Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat initiative, the campaign highlighted Sardar Patel's role in national integration and aligns with the mission of Viksit Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat. The final rally is scheduled for November 19th.
Prime Minister gets struck with Mahatma Gandhi. We have sacrificed himself and he followed the principle of Mahatma Gandhi, and he served supporting India, for India to integrate all 500 provinces or states to integrate together, to bring together India right now. So he is the person who has sacrificed many things. He had communalism. He don't like drugs, ethics. He don't like alcoholism. I know that one. And then he had all this caste discrimination. He wants to love together so that we can bring progressive and development of the country like that.
In a major step to promote public safety and discipline, the local taxi owners and drivers association Nongpo yesterday declared the Nongpo taxi stand a no-smoking zone under the Kotpa Act 2003. The association also issued official ID cards to drivers on the Nongpo Barnihat Jorabat route, making them mandatory for operation. Officials warned of strict action against smoking or rule violations, while passengers were urged to verify driver IDs before boarding.
Nakalian ka susian ka jungi nglasim ya kane ka sinjam lengba ka jungdon ka jungi ya kata ka jingkitli ka bakraw kamtam ka bayadei bab ka kot ka kya kumbangi barok ngitip ka jingdi duma ka wanra sisya ya kata ka jingma kamtam ya ka kot ka kya ka jungi om bakat penbu jingma tang yingi ki badi ya ka henrei wat ya ki long kemi ki barmet ki kentei ki kena bak baru ki bayat bayang lengba kane ka stan lamar kumbangi tip ba ka jingdi duma ka jungi ka permi pedam lengba ka tu ka pedam ka bangi permi mangi ki pajba ki jungi passengers ki jungi ki long kemi ki long pa ki kon samla ki bayat bayang nang ne na stan ka kta wat ya kiro dai halor kata ka benta bat ka jing snokya ka bakraw ngilasim ya kane ka sinjam ban declare ya kane ka stan kum ka no smoking zone.
The 4th District-Level Chief Minister's Youth Engagement Programme 2025 was inaugurated today at Nongpo following the successful completion of block-level rounds. Addressing the event, Nongpo MLA Marulborn's aim lauded the participants' talent and announced cash awards for the overall male and female champions. The 3-day event will feature competitions in singing, dancing and other creative performances, providing a platform for young talents to advance to state and national levels.
The student, the participant given a scheme. This is an example in which each and every one of us we should follow. And as a mark of encouragement to each and every one of you, I am giving 20,000 to both of them after this program. This is the beginning to encourage. It is not that for everyone who will perform on the stage and sing, you have to compare. They have really did very well. They performed very well.
The District Disaster Management Authority, Ribhoi, today inaugurated the second batch of a 7-day training under the Yuva Apada Mitra scheme in Nongpo. Speaking at the event, Additional Deputy Commissioner B. Rani highlighted the crucial role of Yuva Apada Mitra volunteers in times of crisis. She said, empowering youth with knowledge and skills would help build a stronger and safer society. The training, which runs till November 19th, includes participants from the NSS and focuses on disaster preparedness, response and community resilience.
The Yuva Apada Mitra scheme represents a visionary effort by the Government of India and NDMA to train and empower youth as community first responders during disasters and emergencies. So we all know that India is a country highly vulnerable to a range of disasters, floods, landslides, earthquakes, cyclones and even fire incidents. While the government agencies and the emergency services play a crucial role, it is often the local community the first people to respond to such emergencies and who are playing the greatest role, who put far greatest role, and who make the greatest difference in saving lives during such emergencies and also in reducing the damage.
Now, moving on to news from the Northeast. Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha today joined a review meeting with Donor Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia to review the proposed Matabari Tourist Circuit project. The circuit, designed as a 4-night, 5-day itinerary covering Agartala, Nirmahal, Sepahijala, Udaipur, Chabimura and Dumbur, aims to showcase Tripura's natural beauty, heritage and spirituality. Scindia's assured centre's support for funding the project to boost tourism and local employment. And a look at news which are of national importance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today visited Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan Hospital to meet those injured in the car blast that occurred in the national capital on Monday. The Prime Minister reached the hospital immediately after landing in Delhi following the conclusion of his 2-day visit to Bhutan. Modi interacted with the injured and wished them a speedy recovery. He was also briefed by officials and doctors at the hospital. In a social media post, Modi said those behind the conspiracy will be brought to justice. Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi today called for democratization of technology, geographic diffusion and citizen participation in modern warfare. Addressing the Delhi Defence Dialogue 2025 in New Delhi, he said the Army is focusing on human-centric and next-generation microchip technologies along with AI, robotics and cyber tools for grey zone warfare. He also announced that the Army's Sambhav mobile system used in Operation Sindoor will soon enter its advanced phase 2.
The democratization, that is the newest technology coming in and has already been brought out, that the platform alone is not relevant. It has to have number of layers supported by this democratized phenomena, that is AI, quantum, robotics, auto system, DEW, that is direct energy weapons, cyber tools, etc. Especially in the grey zone, these play a very important role. So the platforms may be there for a conventional when you have a contact and kinetic battle.
And a look at some international news now. President Draupadi Murmu today held bilateral talks with Botswana President Duma Boko in Gaborone, discussing key areas of mutual interest. An MOU on cooperation in health and pharmaceuticals was signed between the two nations. As a goodwill gesture, Botswana will gift India 8 cheetahs under Project Cheetah. During her historic visit, President Murmu also addressed parliamentarians, interacted with the Indian community and visited cultural sites. This marks the first ever state visit by an Indian head of state to the two African nations.
Our discussions covered the full range of bilateral, regional and global issues of mutual interest. We reaffirmed the deep and friendly ties between India and Botswana, founded on shared democratic values and mutual respect. We agreed to expand cooperation in key sectors, including trade and investment, agriculture, renewable energy, health, education, skill development, defense, and digital technology. We witnessed the signing of an important agreement which will help in providing easy access of good quality and affordable Indian medicines to the citizens of Botswana. I also conveyed to President Boko India's decision to send essential ARV medicines as requested by Government of Botswana.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met Bhutan's former king Jigme Singye Wangchuk and jointly inaugurated the Kala Chakra Empowerment Ceremony in Thimphu, part of the Global Peace Prayer Festival 2025. During his visit, he held discussions with King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk on energy, defense and technology, inaugurated the Punat Sangchu 2 hydropower project, announced a Hatisar immigration checkpoint and extended a Rs 4,000 crore line of credit to Bhutan and exchanged 3 MOUs highlighting the deepening spiritual, cultural and developmental cooperation between India and Bhutan. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand on the sidelines of the G7 foreigners meet in Niagara, reviewing progress under the India-Canada Roadmap 2025. He also held bilateral talks with his counterparts from France, Brazil, the UK and Germany, discussing cooperation in trade, technology, defense and global security. The meetings focused on strengthening India's strategic partnerships, deepening India-EU ties, and exchanging views on developments in the Indo-Pacific and Middle East. And to some sports news now. At the FIDE World Cup 2025 in Goa, Indian Grandmasters Arjun Erigasi, P. Harikrishna, Karthik Venkataraman and R. Pragananda held their opponents to draws in the first game of round 4. Erigasi drew with Peter Leko in just 20 moves, while Harikrishna, Karthik and Pragananda also split points in hard-fought games. All 4 Indians will now look for wins in today's return leg to advance to the pre-quarterfinals. And now a quick look at the weather report. First, a look at the weather report for Tura. The minimum temperature recorded was 13 degrees Celsius, the maximum 29 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity was 46%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature was 10 degrees Celsius, the maximum 23 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity recorded was 49%. Meanwhile, in Jowai, the minimum temperature was 11 degrees, the maximum 22 degrees, and the relative humidity recorded was 48%. The forecast for Tura, Shillong and Jowai is that dry weather will mostly prevail. And another look at the headlines before we wind up. Union Minister of State B.L. Verma reviews progress of central schemes in Ribhoi, discusses ways to boost Meghalaya's development. Government to rationalize teachers' pay structure from January, says Education Minister Lakshman Rimboy. VPP predicts NPP's downfall ahead of 2028 polls, asserts confidence in forming next government. Congress eyes revival ahead of GHDC polls. Over 67 applications filed for 29 seats, says working president. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits blast victims at LNJP Hospital, assures justice for those behind Delhi car blast. Well, viewers, that's all we have in this edition of the Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow evening for more news and updates.